All right, what's up guys? This is going to be a video on our keyword tracker. So this is what we're trying to get to. And by the end of this video, you should be able to kind of replicate this and get all your data imported. So when you first start, you're going to see if you haven't created a brand profile yet, it'll prompt you to do that. After you do that, you should have access to create your first project. Pretty intuitive, just name it a project name. Now you can put multiple ASINs in a project, so a good way to do it is kind of create multiple projects per product category, if that makes sense, because there's going to be ways you can evaluate like your search query performance and stuff like that all together. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm just going to call this toaster. Choose your marketplace, choose the check time. So this is kind of a unique feature to our tracker that allows you to pick the time of day. And it's going to be based on your own kind of computer time as far as when our tool will actually go and check the rank. So you'll want to pick the best time for like your conversion rate typically. That'd be a suggestion. And then similarly with the zip code, you have, if you're in the US market, you have 6 different, or actually 5 different zip codes to choose from. If you're in other marketplaces other than the US, we don't have the zip code support right now. But yeah, pick the zip code. You can do analysis on like which zip code is kind of your best selling geographic area, or if you have like low stock in certain areas, you can create different projects to test different zip codes, and your ranking will definitely change depending on the zip code. So it's kind of just a unique feature as well. Once you create your brand profile, like I mentioned, that'll be in there. Just click on that. All right, and then pretty basic, you're just going to dump your ASIN and keywords into here. So there's my ASIN. Here's some random keywords. All right, and then if you want to add another ASIN, obviously there is a bulk import option as well, so you can download a CSV and dump in all your keywords in one kind of fail swoop. So that's pretty helpful. I'm going to hit create project, and I just want to show you kind of what it looks like your very first day. So it's not going to have data in it immediately, but after the first run here, you'll wait on that. And then after that, you should be able to log in and it will have your data populated. So I'm going to pop over now to a account that's got the data. All right. And essentially what you're looking at, you've got 3 levels worth of data in here. The upper levels just got your ASINs that you set up in the project. It's got sales and performance data, both kind of traffic and general sales, and then advertising. And that's based on your metrics. So you do need to have your metrics tool generally set up with kind of the core reports. So the core reports are these right here. So as long as you have those set up, you should be good with most of the kind of supplemental data here within the keyword tracker. This distribution is going to show you that's rank position of your product 1 through 4, how many keywords are in each slot. And then there's filters here that kind of apply to this whole UI. So I'd just invite you to kind of click through some of those filters to see how it works. All right, and then you've got PPC performance, search query performance. That's going to be all related to the second layer. So second layer, you basically just expand your ASIN. It's got the keywords here that you've been tracking, and this is kind of what we set up there at the beginning. This is your sponsor brands and search term data, search query performance. Again, this is based on kind of your metrics tracker and having that set up first. The placements, so this is kind of a unique feature of our tool. It's going to track all of your rank placements, not just organic. This section here, though, is just going to show you the organic position, and you can change it. So placement, this is what most tools will track. It'll tell you if you have an organic placement 1 showing up, it means you're the first organic position on that page. It's not necessarily the first placement, though, on the page. So to see that based on the page position, you would click on that, and then that shows you actually how it stacks up on the actual page, because you could have 4 sponsor placements, maybe a brand video placement before that, and your first organic rank 1, but it's not showing up till position 6. So that's kind of what this toggle does. Pretty slick. And then what I really like is you can expand this even further. This is going to show you for your keyword, your ASIN, all the placements like I mentioned, and this is the daily schedule up here. All right. And then if you want to go a layer deeper, click on your competitors, and this is going to really get good. So it's going to show you your competitor deals if they're running coupons. You can change and add additional things. So if you want to see their reviews, ratings, you can kind of toggle through this and see how that works. Pretty self-explanatory. Similarly, with your positions, you can check like impression rank. If you do have, there's another feature in our ads tool to track targets. It'll actually show you like top of search spend and impression share. Those will be averages at this level, but there's some other tools that I'll show you here that tracks actual campaigns. The reason that's important is, especially when you're tracking rank, your best lever is, for example, like single keyword exact match campaigns for that keyword. You want to know if you're getting consistent top of search spend every day to really move the needle on some of those that you're trying to improve your rank on. So that's what that kind of metric there allows you to track over a daily basis as well. So I don't want to get too in the weeds on this because I do think it's pretty intuitive. Once you get the data, you can just start clicking through and kind of learning how it works. But general features, so the targeting, this is for new campaign creation and seeing kind of which keywords you're already targeting in your PPC. You do need to have a bulk file downloaded. So go check out our first few videos in the ads training, and it'll kind of show you how to do this. But you can surface a bulk file here as well. And if you already have them implement or added into the ad system, they'll already be ready. So here you can see I am actually not targeting any of these per that bulk file. Let me see if I can find one that I am. So here you can see I've got one in a single keyword exact campaign, one in a, well, if they're both the same, that means it's the only one in an exact campaign. But basically the idea here is you can hold in Shift and select these. And then down here in the action bar, if I wanted to move them all into a single keyword campaign, I could click on that, click build campaigns, and then I'm right into our campaign builder. So go check out our our keyword harvesting video in the ads training for how this works. But it's basically you just set up campaign defaults, it dumps in all your data, you click download, and you've got an ad file there you can just upload, and all your campaigns are created. So pretty efficient. All right, and then finally, you've got your PPC metrics. These are going to be based on the search terms in all of your campaigns where the buyer typed in the keyword that you're tracking here, and it fired off clicks in your PPC. So that's what that aggregates. You can toggle between sponsor products, sponsor brands. There's also some settings here. So I would recommend keeping it in single ASIN mode, but if you change it to multi-ASIN mode, that's going to take into account campaigns where you may have other ASINs you're targeting that these search terms were clicked on. Again, it's not totally accurate if you do it that way, so that's why I recommend kind of the single ASIN mode. All right, so while I'm in here, you can also change the number of days if you want to see that. There's also some different things. Oh, parent mode. This is pretty nice if you have variations. This account actually does not, but if you do that and click on this, it'll show you all the variations under there. So that can be kind of nice for just kind of staying organized and navigating your data. All right, I'm going to go back to this. All right, so let's go and take a look at some of the other sections. So within each ASIN, you also have all these sections down here. And it's basically just supplemental data and ways you can more efficiently add to your keyword tracking table. So I'm calling this table up here our keyword tracking table. And one filter I forgot before I move on is the weekly filter. So you can toggle different weeks, you can combine different weeks just to aggregate the data differently. So and again, all that's based on you having your metrics tools set up and running. So just kind of keep that in mind. But so let me bounce through these pills real quick. So this is your search query performance. All right, so it's going to be showing all of your data accumulated unless you choose a specific week. All right, and then the nice thing here, you can turn this on, see the ones that you're not tracking, and then this just allows you to quickly add them into the tracked keyword list and start getting the rank data and such. All right, you can also obviously create bulk campaigns from your search query data. Similarly, the brand analytics does the similar type of thing. It's going to allow you to create the bulk campaigns or add any of the keywords that you're not tracking. So just you can click on that filter there. You can also see the brand analytics data. This is going to be any brand analytics keywords that your ASIN is showing up for the top 3. All right. Top campaigns. I really like this section. So this is going to pull in all of the campaigns for that this ASIN's targeting, and any of these keywords here that you're tracking are showing up where customers are going in, typing that keyword in, and then clicking on it. So you'll have the aggregation of your data over here in the calendar view. You can add additional metrics here as well. You may also see a pill that's not in here called top targets. That's a little more advanced one. I don't have it in this demo, but there will be a separate video on that. You have to surface that starting in our ads, in Skuhero ads here. There's a tool in the bid optimizer at the bottom that you can basically track target level PPC data. And where that's really powerful is like tracking top of search impression share, top of search spend, kind of gets back to these two here. So keep an eye out for that video, and that'll add another card down here that, again, I don't have in this demo. Pages. So this is where you can keep more of a higher level bird's eye view on your keywords. There will be some that by default, if you set it up, it's only going to track page 1. If you want to track additional pages per keywords that you're not currently on page 1, this is where you can kind of configure that. You're just going to change the drop down here. You can also bulk select ones there and set it to the how many pages deep you want to go. So pretty intuitive, I think, once you get the feel for it. All right, and then the manual section here. This is nice if you've got keywords that maybe you pull from another keyword tool and you want to quickly know if you're targeting them. Also brand analytics data. So I'll just grab one from up here for the fun of it. And then since you're in that ASIN already, it's going to have that pre-filled. There is another place that you can bulk import this. So it's right here. You click on that and then click add manual keywords. This is where you might want to use the bulk import feature, or you can add them faster there. But quick demo. So pop that keyword in there, hit add keywords, and it's just going to show up now here. You've got your brand analytics data, and if you've got your bulk file pulled in, it'll show you if you're targeting them or not yet. And then if you're not, you can add them to campaigns really quick. You've got different columns here you can display. I like some of these for the search query performance. To get a week over week, you do have to change your week to get one that has just the weekly data to get the progress essentially. But pretty helpful. And then the tagging. Okay, so let me go over this real quick. And then we've also got multiple views here, so I'm actually not finished yet. For the tagging, you can apply tags. So basically down here, you do want to create a tag. All right, I'm just going to call this test, hit add. All right, it's going to add the tag. Now I've got tag filters that I can apply. All right, and then if I switch over to a brand summary, so this is the reason that you'd want to put similar products in that kind of product group in the same keyword tracking project, is because you can use tags to kind of segment your keyword data. And then this brand summary, this is a very rough, crude mock-up version right now, but you'll be able to aggregate all the metrics kind of in that view more at a custom tag level. So that can be pretty nice. And then the keywords view, this is just a keyword only grouped view as opposed to a ASIN keyword group view we're looking at in the previous view. And this just allows you to see, let me go back. This is just looking at 1 week, so that's not super helpful. It allows you to kind of aggregate all the ASIN data together if you've got maybe child variations or similar products that have similar attributes that you want to group together. So again, just a different way to look at the data. It's got all the same kind of columns and I think pretty intuitive. So all right, and then back on the tags, you can, if you don't like the labels showing up there, you can turn that off and it'll just show as a dot and then you just hover over it. All right, so I hope this video does some justice on getting you set up with the keyword tracker. I think it's by far the most advanced keyword tracker in the entire Amazon space. So I'd invite you to check it out. If you have any feedback, hit this little chat icon down here. We're very quick about adding new features, taking user feedback and implementing that. So hit us up and I'll see you on the next training. Cheers.